Hello, Slightly Mad here. This is going to be the second part of the basic guide. I've had to start a new server that's a bit more fleshed out because the other one had horrible lag and desync. We were also on a server where it was only me, my friend and one other guy contributing to the game, and other people were taking resources and basically making all their own weapons with it and sorting themselves out, so that wasn't very helpful. You'll see a bit of footage that mishmashes both and goes from one server to the next, but don't worry about that. Okay, so you'll see a bit of footage which shows you how to build basic walls. It's very important to learn this. So what happens is, I think it's about a month cycle, there's a big fight, everything will get destroyed and you have to rebuild again. Also your perks, when you pick them, you're stuck with them until that wipe, and then you have to select your own set of skills again. So basically what you should be doing is, you watch the basic guide, you know how to get materials, okay, and then you'll see the little bit of my guide where you learn how to build these walls here, which is, with a construction hammer, you press B, you lay foundations down. Alright, so, I always started on a server that was slightly more established. This one is completely brand new and raw. So the guy's asking what we need to do to make walls. I think this is how we do it, I'm not sure, but I think. Okay, so you need to have made a crafting hammer, which is this thing here, construction hammer. Alright, you need cobblestone, twine, twigs in the inventory, and you press B. And that will set a foundation round which you need to build around the outside of your main town, if that makes sense. Then to build the wall, you look at, it says at T, it says change structure, and then you select wall, which gives you what you need to do there. Then if you look, if I click on the wall here, hold F to upgrade, crumblestone block, so you only get that from workstations. Alright, with these walls, you've got to, instead of clicking on something, you've just got to press the F key to highlight the radial, and then just let it go. You then lay the walls down, and you have to add cement to upgrade them. When you first start, you're going to have to get your team together to club together to use these different invention runes here, and it's the purple drops that go in there, and you all club together and work out what you want to research first. When you start, you'll start with a hunter's lodge and the construction bench down that way as well. All those buildings will be fleshed in. Okay, so when you start, you'll have this hunter's lodge here unupgraded. You'll go to it, you'll press F, and you'll look on the right and it'll say refineries. Alright, and these things here, forges, stone cutters, this is where you upgrade your base. What you'll start with is you'll build like a quarry yard, and you'll see all the items there: lumber, brick, twine, flint, crumblestone. Use those to make a quarry yard, and then the stone cutters go in the quarry yard. To make lumber, you'll need the station, which is refinery, and you put the saw in there. Okay, so ignore the fact these walls are here and stuff like that. What you first do is you go to this construction table here, and where it says construction components, you'll make a crumblestone brick by either having the stuff in the inventory or putting it in the table because it's quite heavy, and you make bricks. You then go back to the hunter's lodge over here, and if you see these, the quarry and the forge, for instance, the quarry, you need lumber, brick, and you put all the stuff in there, and then you make those specific buildings. The quarry yard will look like this, and these are the stone cutters that you place in them. You'll only need one to start with. As soon as you get two, well, the quicker. Then what you do is you put the raw resource from your inventory, you drag it into here and you put it in there, which is stone, and then this will light up here, the crumblestone brick. You turn it on and then you select how many you want to build. Same as with the sawmill, straightforward. You put wood in here, alright, you turn it on and then you select rough wood lumber. You can then get those items crafting and you can start making the extra things you need in the base. As you see about a base, you can have foundations and walls anywhere, so like we've done here, it's a good idea to close in the tree, because if enemies get to the tree, that's where they can destroy it, take the souls, etc., and then you lose. Alright, now we're going to talk about items. You can specialise in different items, if that makes sense. For instance, we on this server have unlocked medium armour, so if I start constructing this here by turning leather into thin leather in this workbench, if I make that rugged hide pants 5, 6, 7 times, the quality of it will go up and up and up and up and up, and eventually it will change colour and you'll become specialised on it. For instance, somebody's been constructing repeaters here. See how they're blue and then they get purple, and eventually they'll get gold. So what you need to do as a player is you need to communicate with other people and go, do I want to make bows? Am I the bowman? Am I the armour man? and then you specialise in one thing. Unfortunately, what players seem to do is they create their own base and they want to specialise in everything, and they steal all your resources, which isn't good for team play. So you need to specialise in what you want to make. For instance, I'm helping a guy out because I'm making cement. I'm giving him the cement and he's using that with the raw materials to upgrade our walls. An important thing to get early on is this here, which is a rough weave water bag. That is made in the Hunter's Lodge. That allows me to carry water for a longer time. Water is used in a lot of crafting. It makes cement, for instance. It makes potions and things like that. Right. So if you followed the basic guide, you'd have all the basic tools and you'll have a water pouch. As I said, with skills, like I said, they get reset every time the server restarts in about a month's time. I've gone for Pathfinder because it gives you a buff of Marathon Runner, which allows you to get away from nasty mobs. I've also upgraded the experience in action, which allows me to skill up quicker in things like lumbering or collecting stone, you know, so I'll level up faster doing that because I'm a bit more of a gatherer. We've got guys that are the crafters, I'm the gatherer and the scout. Now on this server I'm order, and if you look towards the giant tree here, when the enemy shields go down, you've got one faction which is this way, which is Revenant, and one faction which is this way called Conclave. What you need to do is organise a team of players. You need a lot of food on you, you'll need a campfire on you, and if it's night time you will need fur armour because you'll get flash freezing, which will kill you instantly. So when you get a posse of people, you charge up that way and you'll find a portal, you'll jump through it, and then you'll align yourself with a small blue planet, and that will take you to the area you need to capture for your faction. Which then, if you go to the tree in the middle, which is the soul tree, I explained you drop the souls off there earlier, the little wisps you see, and you go here, and when you click F, you can fast travel. I've only scratched the surface of taming, but these guys are quite advanced in that respect. There's a couple of ways how you've got to do it. You can get magic mushrooms that appear at night time. They're down this way in the woods, and they're blue rings. You can go and collect those, and it'll allow you to join the spirit world. What you have to do is you have to kill the animal. You have to jump into the spirit world and make yourself a spirit bow and shoot it with spirit arrows. And that's how you tame. It's all to do with the mysticism temp, which needs loads of unlocks as well. Again, this is only a really, really small guide. What I'll say to you is don't make player bases. You can if you want to, but it's just feeding resources to enemy. Help your teammates out. Specialise in something. Don't steal stuff. And the sooner you start working as a team, the more fun the game becomes. And this is part 2 of the guide. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a very basic guide. If you've got a couple of hours in game, you probably shouldn't be watching it. But I hope it helps somebody, and I'll create further guides on PvP and Conquest and things like that, and we'll capture some of the Reckoning and the Undead Hordes when they appear.